There are few things in life more just irritating than getting massive robocalls constantly or those unwanted corporate text messages because you may or may not have accidentally opted into them, or, as is the case most of the time, a company just got a hold of your cell phone number and decided to add you to a list or sell it to another company who's going to add you to their lists, and so on and so forth. These calls can be irritating, they can be annoying, but more importantly, they can also be illegal. Joining me now to talk about this is Scott Hardy from Top Class Actions. Scott, recently there was actually a settlement with Jenny Craig. They were doing these robocalls and text messages, basically annoying people at any possible opportunity, but doing so was actually a violation of the law. Tell us what happened with this Jenny Craig text message class action that happened here.
Absolutely. The Jenny Craig class action settlement alleges that Jenny Craig violated the TCPA Act, the Telephone Consumer Protection Act. And this is what's supposed to protect us, the consumers, from getting blasted on our cell phones via text messages, via phone calls from marketers. Now, of course, there are lots of shady people still doing this, and we see lots of class actions. And the interesting thing is that if someone is found guilty, if a business is found guilty of violating the TCPA law, then they could be held liable for up to $500 to $1,500 per violation. So these are big dollar violations, which is why when a company is caught, we typically see these settle fairly quickly, as in this $3 million Jenny Craig text message class action settlement.
So what kinds of people would be eligible for this settlement? You know, who was targeted with these text messages here?
So anyone who received a text message from Jenny Craig will be able to participate in this class action settlement. You'll want to check out the settlement documentation, go to the settlement administrator's website through Top Class Actions, and you'll be able to see if you qualify. What's really interesting, and it's super duper important, as with any class action settlement, is that you submit your claim. If you don't submit your claim, and then you wait a few months and find out, oh, actually I did qualify for that settlement, sorry, you're out. You're probably not going to go ahead and get any money. But this settlement is especially interesting because there's no set dollar amount per claimant, which means that the $3 million settlement will be divided amongst all claimants equally. And so after they go ahead and withdraw the attorney's fees and the settlement administrator fees, the pot will be divided by all claimants equally. So it could be a significant payout. We typically see TCPA class action settlements, these unwanted text messages, unwanted phone calls, text messages. These settlements can pay out anywhere from $50, we've seen them pay out over $400 per claim. And so they're not pennies that you're going to get back. Most likely, you want to make sure to submit your claim if you qualify to get something back that could be quite significant.
And that's just for this one settlement here. There's other lawsuits taking place at the moment for similar things. There's one right now against ADT. One of the claimants in this one actually had more than 400 robocalls to his cell phone just from ADT. So this kind of seems like a pattern of behavior that's starting to develop amongst corporations here in the United States. Is let's annoy the heck out of them. Let's keep calling. Let's keep texting. And then, oh, wait, we're not allowed to do that? Oh, we didn't realize that at the time. This ADT story kind of seems like one of those stories. This is absolute, borderline harassment of this poor guy who got over 400 calls from this company.
Very much so. And we see that all the time with these robocalls, robo-dialers that are going out there and just calling people dozens, or in this case, hundreds of times. But the attorneys handling these cases are very aggressive. Now, we want to make sure, you'll see a lot of times when you get phone calls now that it might be a fake number that's being generated, but attorneys are actively trying to dig in to find out who's behind the actual marketing for these phone calls. And because it's all done through a computer, it's really easy to track who was impacted, who should actually be able to make a claim. And we've got multiple spam text message, unsolicited phone call class action settlements that are live right now on Top Class Actions that are open for claims. And, we had a big one, the Carnival Cruise class action that's going through appeals. It's going to be delayed for a bit for payments. But many of these settlements, all you do is you go online, you submit your phone number, and it'll tell you whether you were called or not. And so they try to make it as easy as possible to submit your claim to make sure that you can get paid if you were impacted.
And you know, it's interesting you point that out, because one of the things that does happen a lot is they start using these spoofing scams too with this, is they'll make it look like it's a local number calling. And you say, oh, well, I don't know who this is, but they're local. Maybe it's my kid's school. Maybe it's the doctor's office. Maybe it's the mechanic that I took my car to the other day. Maybe it's something I need to take. So they fool you into taking these phone calls. I cannot tell you how many times over the last year I've gotten phone calls from people that I don't know, and they say, hey, I just got a call from your number. Why did you call me? Well, I didn't. But my number just happens to be one that is spoofed very frequently for some reason. I'm lucky enough to be that guy. So I always get calls from people saying, did you just call me? And so I've been the other side of the victim here, not necessarily receiving these unwanted robocalls, but my number happens to be one that gets spoofed a lot. So that is something that these corporations do. They get your number, they get it from another company. Maybe you've ordered something from Amazon or Walmart or Target online. You have to put in your phone number. They can then go and sell it. They're not supposed to, but they do. Third parties love to scoop up these cell phones, even donating to political campaigns. They go out and sell your phone numbers as well. And that's what can lead to some of these instances here with these robocalls and text messages, correct?
Correct. And something that's important to note, especially right now as we have our election day coming up, is that most fundraisers, or if you get those robocalls, there is a loophole in the TCPA Act which may not actually hold those people liable. So if you're getting really annoyed by candidates in your area that are bombasting your phone, still report it. You can report them through top class actions, but we need to see if we can close that loophole and go after those guys too, because I don't need to be told 15 times to vote for one person. Yeah. It's just insane.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, because I'm getting text messages from candidates who I wouldn't even dream of supporting me or of supporting, asking if I can count on their support in the midterms. The answer, in case any of them are watching, no, you can't. Look, Scott Hardy, we've got lots of information on topclassactions.com available for people who may qualify for any of these settlements or class actions happening. So thank you very much for telling us this story today.
Thank you, Farron.